What's going on, everybody? Judd Burton here with Asphalt Kingdom, and I am super, super excited to be here with an awesome guy that I've recently met. Actually, had the opportunity to meet him here on the AK Roundtable that we host every week. Garrett, what's going on, brother? So good to have you here. And I want to dig right into this because your energy that you bring to the roundtable and the energy you bring every single time is consistent. And I know that you've got some light to share amongst other people that watch this. So why don't you introduce yourself? Tell everybody who you are, what's going on in your world, and let's start diving into some stuff, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on. So my name is Garrett Lillard. I am the owner of ACE Striping and Sealcoat. We are extremely, extremely green and new into the space here. November was our first month of actually getting out there and doing work. So I had about 3 months or so of planning and getting all my equipment together and making sure everything was set and ready to go. So we just launched, and man, with being so new, the Asphalt Kingdom has been what I attribute all of this to, because without y'all, without the group of guys that you have set up in that round table, what I have accomplished in this very minimal amount of time would not have been possible. And the amount of information and feedback and structure and just direction that you get from this group that we have is absolutely incredible. So not only are you a place where I can go to find exactly what I need to start this business, you also have the back end of it where you have all of these people who are leading you in the right direction. And it's just, it's incredible isn't even the best word for it. I mean, it's far beyond that. I mean, you're taking people who, as far as I've seen on the roundtable, that are just like me, that have these ambitions and they want that growth, and they have no idea where to start. And y'all are not only providing them with the equipment that they need, but you're providing them with the community that they need. And that's just, you don't find that in any other industry, I don't think. I've never seen anything like it. So love that. But yeah, no, we're based here in Ocala, Florida, which just directly in the center, just above Orlando, just below Gainesville. It's been an interesting couple of months, that's for sure.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You all of a sudden came across this path about asphalt maintenance, or as we learn to call it now, pavement asset management, because that's way better of a term than asphalt maintenance or asphalt repair or asphalt restoration. From now on, it's pavement asset management. Think PAM. For everybody watching, and Garrett, this is like a number one tip right out of the gate that I do with a lot of my one-to-one coaching, is like pavement asset management. We are going to focus on reactive repair to bring the pavement asset up to snuff or back up to its repaired state, rejuvenated, restored state. And now we're going to create a pavement asset management program, a plan to be able to create that proactive maintenance approach versus waiting for it to come to the point of destruction. So that's like my pro tip right out of the gate is pavement asset. So you own a what?
Pavement asset company. Pavement asset management. And I love that, because not only are you finding your clients, but you're retaining them. And honestly, I think getting into this industry, there's a large group of people in our industry that it's kind of the gypsy world, you know, and it's put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And to come across a group like y'all where everybody is so professional and wanting to operate their business properly, I think that what you just said with the management and whatnot, and doing the initial, but then scheduling out a maintenance plan for that, it switches your mindset. And you're not only thinking of, hey, how can I get this next quick dollar? You're setting up customers for your entire lifespan of your business. You know, that's customer retention. And when you go into a job for the first time with that mindset, you're going to essentially provide them with the best quality possible, because you have to know, like, okay, well, they're going to be calling me back. I need to make sure this is done correctly to the T. And I feel like a lot of people in the asphalt maintenance don't shine a good light on that side of it. You know, you have a lot of guys out here, a couple guys in a van with a rear view mirror warranty, and I've had quite a few, given that I've only been doing this for a short period of time, that they're so hesitant to hear you out because they've had those negative experiences in the past. So changing the industry and the way that this business is handled, I think y'all do a fantastic job of portraying that and ensuring that everybody in our community is going after that same goal, I guess.
Thank you. I'll tell you this, Garrett, and you know, we have worked with thousands of people in helping them develop businesses over the years. Like, this is the second decade of this stuff. So this isn't our first rodeo, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I'll tell you that I think this is really where it all comes together. And I hope that this makes sense. If we do the right thing for the customer, always, then we will always have the right thing that will unfold with our business.
Exactly.
So if we go to do a job and the crack sealer peels out of a crack because you didn't prep the crack properly, and it was like putting a Band-Aid on Vaseline because there was dirt in the crack that was never cleaned out, crack sealer to bond to the sidewalls and create a watertight seal to prevent the decay that moves to a pothole that becomes a tripping hazard that's a liability risk that could be something where a property owner now deals with litigation and they're coming back to you saying, you never cleaned out the crack.
Absolutely. Well, and what's one of our key selling points is, hey, we're taking this liability away from you, you know? So that's a huge thing to be mindful of. And it all goes right back to your pride in the workmanship that you do and the quality and the customer service. So I could not agree more with you on that.
So a couple questions that I'm going to ask you as a business owner. And these are like some of the hardest questions to answer. And I do it purposely because I think that it's so important that, you know, a lot of us, here's the thing, we get caught up in what I call the hamster wheel of business, where we're running on the hamster wheel, doing the day-to-day activities, which is needed to do, but a lot of the time we don't break away from the hamster wheel to maybe gain a little perspective about what we need to be exploring a little bit further, and maybe writing in our journals and like doing the things that we need to do to really empower ourselves to become a true leader in the industry. Forget about just your business, but in the industry.
Exactly.
And so I have a couple questions, if I may.
Absolutely.
What are you scared of the most about running your business?
So I think the thing that scares me the most, one, is moving from a position where, you know, you're guaranteed this amount of money every week or every month or what have it, to it's all on me. And if I don't perform, I don't get paid. And if I don't get paid, how in the world am I going to keep this engine running? So I think that would probably be the scariest thing for me. However, with this business, the way that I'm looking at it is, you know, first month that I've been in business and I've been able to achieve what I've achieved. If it comes down to it, you know, all I need is one job a day. So you're telling me that out of all of these businesses that are surrounding you, and I mean, they're endless, they're quite literally endless. All I have to do is go out and find one. I mean, walk into every business you pass until one says yes. And there you go, there's your goal for the day. So it's really that particular section of it has kind of, there is that fear, but you also have to tell yourself like that you have no reason to be that scared, because at the end of the day, you can find one business a day to say yes. So that's been my biggest struggle, I think, is getting over that fear of, well, what if I don't have work today, or what if I don't have work tomorrow? You know, I have bills to pay. So it really comes down to finding that confidence in yourself, um, and surrounding it. Just as important is surrounding yourself with people who have done it and who are cheering you on and are giving you the correct information. I mean, no different than, I think it was what, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was talking to you, and you said, hey, you don't need that other job. Like, focus on this. You can do it. I know you can do it. And just putting yourself around people like that is so important, because you've got to get over those hurdles of your own mind and your own negativity, because in the end, that's going to be your biggest downfall. If you go down crashing, who else are you going to blame as a business owner but yourself? You know,
That for me is such an important point, because there's really only one person that holds you back.
exactly. And 9 times out of 10, it is for reasons that are no good. You know, it's something in your head telling you that, not you.
That right there is interesting. So if you think about it, we're born into this world, and of course, you know, there's this person we call mom, and this person that we call mom that we're introduced to is warming us and loving us and feeding us and nurturing us, and just wants us safe, right?
Exactly.
Safe. Then we go into education, and we're in the classrooms with 30, 40 people. If you're lucky, maybe you're in with 15 or 20 people if you got to go to some small private school. And you're in class where the teacher is making sure everybody's kept safe, and you just get your work done. And then you come out of that school with maybe a degree, and now you go get a job, and you go get a job that makes enough money, just that right amount to make sure that the bills are paid. Like, for me, this is the interesting one. It's like, just go get that paycheck, and, you know, hey, listen, if you get $1,500 every week, that's $6,000 a month. That's some good money.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But it's relative. Who's that good? Who's, you know, something does not sit right with me about having to trade my time for money. I don't like it.
So then all of a sudden there's this kind of light that starts to shine in us, and it's like, oh man, this entrepreneurial spirit of actually having something that I'm in control of, that I get the opportunity to set my own schedule, and I can actually go out and present problem-solving solutions and give people the value that makes me feel good about the accomplishments that I'm creating. And I can actually earn fiat, like monetary gain, from this transactional behavior through actually solving people's problems. And I can feel good about owning my own business and building my own future. Garrett, tell me what it was like when you closed your very first job. Honestly, how did that feel for you?
It was absolutely awesome. It's you get to this point where you've spent all of this time, I mean, months of planning and budgeting and just trying to figure everything out and put all the puzzle pieces together. And now you finally have this masterpiece puzzle, and it's time to go out and sell it, you know? So I've been in sales for most of my adult life. So that part of it kind of came naturally to me, but it was the satisfaction of, okay, I built this, and now it's going. It's like the first time you start up a motor after you just built this car, you know, and just listening to it purr. You gotta love it. But it was exciting yet scary, because I just landed this job, and now it's okay. Well, yes, all this stuff that I've learned and I've put into this this binder and whatnot, but now it's time to actually put it to use, and you start questioning yourself, like, hey, can I actually do, like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Am I actually going to be able to do this? Well, anybody that knows me, I'm not the best at planning. I am the absolute picture perfect example of jump out of the plane and build your parachute on the way down. And that's what I did. And, I went to do that first job, and Chip actually calls me and says, hey man, let me come and help you out. And just out of the goodness of his heart, this man drove an hour to help me and make sure that everything was going according to plan, and I wasn't going to absolutely bomb my first job. Well, for somebody to take their time out of their day on a weekend, mind you, to help somebody do this. And I mean, you have to think of it as Chip is a business owner. He's a very busy person, as any business owners are. Yet he took his time out of his day to come help me, who, if you really think about it, I only live an hour away from Chip. I am quite literally his direct competition. And he just coming in and giving me everything that I need to succeed. Absolutely love it. And that's another thing that I found out about this industry is your competition really isn't your competition. Your competition's who you let be your competition. If you have that mindset, it's gonna slow you down incredibly. That is just a detrimental thing, because on those days that you need help, who are you gonna call? Because everybody around you that's your competition, you've already made it clear that you want nothing to do but compete with them. And that's what I love about this industry is there's quite literally, there's so much work, but there's not nearly enough people actually doing it. So even if we were in direct competition, there's no way that just us two alone, both of our companies can take care of all of this work. So why not come together, pull your resources together, and you both succeed? So that's another little snippet of this industry that just really caught my eye with everything.
So this was not the norm going back like even half a decade. Like this was not the norm in our industry.
Oh yes.
Our industry historically has been about asphalt. Like people walk on it, people spit on it, people chew spit on it, people drip oil on it, drive on it. It's dirty, it's nasty. That's the historical perception on asphalt. But now what I'm going to call it is our roadways, our parking lots, our driveways. It's literally the red carpet to our businesses.
Oh yes.
It is a place that keeps our people safe when we're moving around, where ambulances move. It's where school buses move. It is a beautiful industry that has become very, very light and bright because of the people like you who are entering into it and being able to connect through social media, as well as communities like this, where we can create a brighter, better future for all of us in this industry by talking about it with pride and saying, you know what? This industry is something that I now love. I'm passionate about it. And so to me, speaking about Chip, by the way, backstory on Chip, everybody, is that Chip is William Stewart, he owns Asphalt Pro, and he's in Astor, Florida. He is an absolutely incredible human that was alone, literally alone just over a year ago. He felt alone. And he's been in the industry for decades. Like this guy knows the back of his hand. And so what my point here is that he felt alone prior to connecting with other people that were like-minded and positive and influential and paying it forward, and Lighthouse, which is tattooed on my arm. But here is what I will say for anybody watching you, Garrett, it's that I'll say this with quickest, most cut to the chase way that I possibly can. Welcome to a world pavement asset management, where we have to keep pavement assets safe, keep them looking great, and prolong the assets so we save people money. And if we go out with that intention to work as a community to continue to keep this thing bright, we're going to end up thriving. And that's why, for everybody watching right now, I'm inviting you all to be a part of this movement where we're able to do this together, not just be alone on this, competitive type mindset of competition, darkness, fly by night. That, let's wash that. And let's come out with strength and togetherness so that we can ultimately build a brighter industry for everybody.
You going over all of that, put it in my mind. If you give two people all the correct equipment that they need, neither of them knowing one bit about this industry, and you have one guy who is just, oh, I'm going to do this myself, I've got this, and the other guy says, you know what, I'm gonna join Asphalt Kingdom. That man who joined Asphalt Kingdom with the resources and the knowledge that is incorporated into that, he's going to run absolute circles around the other guy. Incredibly, the margins on that wouldn't even be close. I can assure you of that.
That is very, very, very interesting that you said that. I've never really thought about that, but that's I think where here we have 2 decades of, so Asphalt Kingdom's been around for 2 decades, but I've been in the industry from the time I'm 18. I'm 43. So that's 25 years, I guess.
You look 33. Goodness, why I couldn't.
Thank you, brother. So if we take that experience and that knowledge, and we have all of the people that we've worked with, veterans in the industry, newbies who've just come into the industry, people who are 5 years, 10 years in, like taking everybody together as a community and saying, hey, you have the opportunity to step into the middle of the field with us to be able to go and build a very, very thriving business. Or you can stand behind the big pine tree off of the boundary of this field, and you can be alone behind there and try to figure all this shit out on your own. Exactly. I mean, the reality of it is, together we are stronger. And it's like, that's where and I'm not talking about just the pavement industry. I'm talking about life and society and the world right now. Like, we need to be together with the energy that's thriving. So I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you saying that. That's huge.
Oh yeah. Well, and I'm one of those people that if I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna go figure it out. But you also have to be smart enough to know that you don't know, you can't figure out all of this stuff just by Googling it. You need those people that have years and years and years of experience. And I think the first time that I ever hopped on an AK roundtable, you had said something to the effect of, with everybody here, you have a combined couple hundred years of experience and hundreds of millions of dollars per year sitting right here in this room, and you get a chance to be a part of it. What are you going to do with that? Are you going to take the time and build your relationships and soak in this information, this gold mine that you just stumbled upon? Or are you going to take the prideful route and say, I can do this myself, I'll figure it out. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. There is not a single person that I could ever talk to about getting into this business that I would not recommend them joining Asphalt Kingdom. It's that valuable.
Thank you. Yeah, it means more than you could ever imagine hearing this from you. And I know there's a lot of people that are going to watch this, but the point that this is all natural and it's real means that my dream is truly coming true. Thank God for giving me the able to be here with you and to share this with other people, because I'm telling you, this video, like straight up, this video that people are watching right now, like when this plays out on YouTube and other platforms, I'm telling you, Garrett, you right now, with the information you're giving, you're helping people to achieve their dreams. They're making decisions.
Oh, watching. Absolutely. Well, and if I know it is the most cliche thing in the world to say, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. It takes a lot of planning as far as saving up for your equipment and just trying to be a sponge and soak up as much information as you can. But the reality of it is once you have that, and even if you don't have that, joining Asphalt Kingdom is going to make your life so much easier, and it is going to exponentially speed up the process of your success. Because I mean, even if you start into this and you start at Asphalt Kingdom, and we have it all the time where we're on Asphalt Kingdom, and somebody new comes in and they say, oh yeah, it was just an idea, I'm thinking about getting into it. Everybody there is willing and able to help you take your next step, regardless if that next step is scaling your business or starting your business, you know. um, it's such, I swear by it. I do. I could go on and on and on and on about Asphalt Kingdom, but in the end, it's just that it's fantastic.
Thank you so much, man. Well, it's never, to me, there's gimmicks and there's all kinds of different things out there, but this is this is real. And it's like, all of the success stories that you see on YouTube and Facebook and you hear, I mean, there you are. I mean, that's, to me, this, to be able to be a part of journeys like this, to be able to see people grow and have it unfold, and to know that we've had impact, that's really where I continue to be so grateful. And I guess I have one more question for you. What is in store for you for 2023? Because I know 2023 is coming up, and I know that people are going to be interested in, because we're going to do another one of these in a year from now.
Oh, I
And
cannot wait for that. So I have some very, very big plans for 2023. Starting my business in the time period that I did was, some may say foolish, but working a full-time job, building a house right now, and self-contracting. So it's not like I'm just on the phone picking out colors and everything. I'm there and building. So between a full-time job, starting a business, and building a house, my time has been super limited, but excited to say that we will be in that house here in about 2 months. And I am very excited to get into this house, but what I am most excited about is the amount of time that it is going to free up for me, and in order to go full time with it and be able to put every second I have into this business. Because the way that I look at it is, if I've been able to take this business from quite literally non-existent to what I've done to date right now, which has not been long at all, I can't even imagine what I can do when I am able to focus on it and give it everything I have. I'm so excited for that. But right now, my plan is to go full time with it. I've already brought my wife in. Some may say that may be a mistake, but she is the most organized person I've ever met, and I'm not. So she kind of helped me out there. But nonetheless, and I already have one full-time employee. So I will be assisting him in the labor side of it until we are able to find somebody else to come on. When we get them trained, now I'll have that crew of two, and I can kind of get into the office and focus on actually growing the business. I love the quote, you can never grow your business you can never work on your business if you're working in your business. So I think that's that particular goal, I think, is when everything is going to shift for me, when I have that team out there doing the work while I'm able to focus on getting those bigger contracts and putting more team members into place, and being able to just look at the business and make it as efficient as I possibly can. Um, and I think my biggest challenge on that is going to be finding like-minded people. I'm very big. Yeah, I'm very big on finding people who have bigger dreams than just being a 9 to 5 employee. I would love to find just a great team of guys that just want to come out here and grow this business into what I know it can be and scale it to a point that none of us thought possible. I am definitely love the idea of an actual team that's all coming together and working towards one common goal, because you find these companies that they don't care who they hire, they don't care about anything as long as that person is putting in the work and getting the job done and they're getting an ROI on their employee. Well, yes, it's important in business, but at the end of the day, you're going to do so much better and grow so much faster if you have that team set up that everybody wins. It can't just be you that wins. When everybody wins, everybody is going to want to put in the amount of energy that you put into your business. And if everybody's putting in that energy, I mean, you're unstoppable,
Brother.
So
it is, if you can self-love, self-nurture, keep your mind in the right place, which isn't always easy, but keep your mind, read, do some affirmations, keep that motivation going, listen to some audio books. And if you do some physical activity, keeping your physical being strong, and you set the core values for your business that you set up nice and neat, and you take your time, what are your core values? And then you have culture that builds from that core values. When you other people, and your team members come in and they start sharing in that, they practice it, and you have processes that they follow, and all of a sudden you build a thriving company. Of course, there's a lot more to it, but it all starts with you. And if you set out being that lighthouse, and you always have that mindset of helping other people to achieve their dreams, then you're always going to be winning. And that's exactly what I love, winning when my people are winning, because that's the only way I can win. I cannot win until others are winning. And
exactly.
that for me.
I mean, if you can sit there and make millions of dollars a year, but at the end of the day, if the components of your business are unhappy, are you really winning? Because at the end of the day, if you were to focus your energy on making sure that those components of your business, your employees, are running at 100%, your bottom line is going to go through the roof. So you're not really winning. You haven't unlocked your full potential yet.
Bingo. You got it, brother. And you've already been handed an ace, bro. Like, this ace is yours to play. What's the name of your
ACE? It works.
So, I'll tell you this, man. Like, your energy and your shares today are huge. It's going to help a lot of people. I have a question for you, and then we'll let people comment away on this video.
Absolutely.
The question: if somebody was wanting to start whatever business that they're thinking about, because there's a lot of people who are considering a service-based business, no matter what it is, but somebody who's kind of sitting there on the fence about starting a business, straight up, what best advice would you give somebody who's interested in starting, what's on the fence?
Best advice I could give somebody for starting a business is to make sure you do as much research as you possibly can, to the point where you are absolutely obsessed. I cannot tell you how many people, and it's funny because I've always had that spark that I knew I was not. I'm a terrible employee. I guess that's the best way to say it. I'm a terrible employee. I've always wanted to start my own business. I've always wanted to work for myself, and I've always wanted to see what can I turn that into. But I also have a lot of peers that will come to me asking about how to start their business. It's been business plan, one after the other for the past, I don't know, goodness, 5 years. And I was kind of just going at that and doing as much research on every one of those ideas that I could find until something stuck. And finally I hit that. But what I've noticed is a lot of people, they'll get this idea. I want to go pressure wash. That's my business. I want to be a pressure washer. So I'm going to go buy a pressure washer and I'm going to get to business. I'm like, okay, well, have you, what are your plans for this? What are your plans for that? Your taxes, your insurance, your business model. Where's your business model? A lot of people don't look at stuff like that. So by the time it's time to go actually find work, you're quite behind the eight ball. There's so many factors that go into starting a business that a lot of people overlook, and it ends up biting them in the rear end. So I think my biggest advice is when you find something that you want to run with, get obsessed about it. I mean, get on YouTube, get on the internet. There's no reason for college anymore. You can learn how to be a doctor just from the amount of information that's on the internet. Find that idea and get obsessed with it, because if you're not obsessed with it, it's probably not the right one.
Dude. Yes. I want to hug you.
Next year in Antigua.
100%. Absolutely. Yes. By the way, the retreat.
That you'll have fun.
Wow. There was so much symbolism, so much to be thankful for. I mean, we'll just say God was speaking to us in all kinds of different ways while we were here. We were connected to the dimension, brother. It was wild. I mean, ask Chip what went down. It was like there was stuff that took place that would blow your mind. And it was literally, you know what it is? It's bringing a bunch of like-minded people that are interested in investing in themselves and tapping an energy together that was much bigger than what we are. And we were there for like 4 of the 5 days.
I love it. I love it. I wish I could have come. I have already got it set. I have got my wife primed. We are going next year. So no ifs, ands, or buts. I will see you then, and I cannot wait, because
you've got the group, by the way. The same group has already rebooked as well. So you've got like Chip, John Snyder, all the guys. Like we've got a group, and wives are coming down, 2 spouses. So it's like it's going to be off the chart, man. We're excited.
I love it. If you put a group of guys together that all have one common goal and one common interest, and the amount that they can achieve and learn is
real.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think I chuckled when you said this to me, but the investment of going there, it wasn't a hey, it costs this much. It's hey, the investment would be this much, because you're 100% right. I mean, the amount of information that you're going to soak in is going to be well beyond the amount of a airplane ticket. It's that's what I love about y'all, is y'all are constantly pushing the knowledge and the never stop working on yourself. I mean, especially when you start looking at some of the older guys here that are just they still have that fire. Their fire's been relit and they're just after it. I love seeing that. It's always something to learn.
Garrett, I can't thank you enough for being here, man, and all the shares, and really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this. I know that ACE has such a great path ahead. I look forward to being a part of the journey, whatever I can do to help you, man. And by the way, I will be in Central Florida from March 3rd to the 6th at the training session that we're going to roll out at Chip's place. So that's going to be a pretty
appreciate you having me on here more than you know. It means a whole lot to me, and I love that I can come on here and share what little knowledge I have that I've been able to acquire in these past couple of weeks and months. But I will definitely be seeing you here in Florida in a couple of months, and I am stoked. I think we're going to have a blast.
Oh, we will for sure. All right, brother. Well, listen, thank you so much. And if anybody wants to find you, can they find you on social platforms?
Yeah, absolutely. I am on Facebook under my name, Garrett Lillard, as well as ACE Striping and Sealcoat. You can find me there. I think between Facebook, I think Facebook's about it right now. Facebook or email, if you need to email me, it's info@acestripe.com. I'm hoping here soon I can start getting into the YouTube and TikTok realm and start doing the videos. I know that is a great tool, and it's a little uncomfortable for me to try to think about doing the camera and everything like that. But I think looking at everybody that does it, it's something that's kind of necessary nowadays to get out of your comfort zone, and the reward that can come from that is just awesome. So, but I appreciate it, Judd. Thank you so much. And
Cool.
Just let me know if you need anything.
Hope to see you on the roundtable Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely.
All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. And Garrett, I know you're going to crush it. Look forward to keeping in touch and definitely giving you a hug in March, man.
Absolutely. It's going to happen.
All right. Peace.
See you, Judd. Thank you.
If you liked this video, go ahead and check out this video, or check out this video. And don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe right here below.